Am I in the wrong for pressing charges after my ex-husband's new girlfriend smashed my head into a bar and demanded his family cut me off over our friendly ties? I'm 37, been divorced from my ex-husband for a couple years now. Papers signed over a year and a half ago, and I'll be real, I'm the one who wrecked our marriage. I wasn't built for that life, never should have walked down that aisle, but you don't see the mess until you're out the other side. My own family's a total disaster. Picture screaming matches over Christmas dinner, folks bailing on birthdays without a text. So I've leaned on my ex's family forever, way back to when we were just buddies in high school swapping notes in the halls. After the split, some of them stayed in my corner, his mom and one sister mostly. It's not a huge deal. His mom shoots me texts every few weeks, worried because she knows my folks are chaos, and I'll meet his sister for a beer at this little pub downtown, splitting fries and laughing over old times. We've kept it chill since the divorce, and my ex, he's inching toward 40, never batted an eye. I've checked with him over coffee at our old haunt, just me and him at a wobbly table, and he's always shrugged it off, saying it's no problem, no bitterness. He's a good dude, too good for how I treated him back then. Then his new girlfriend crashed in, 27, been with him about 6 months, and turned it all upside down. She's not thrilled he's got 2 ex-wives. Yep, I'm the second. And as they've gotten closer, she's locked on his mom, and sister's still talking to me. First time she came at me, it was a late-night call. I'm sprawled on my couch with a glass of cheap red wine, half watching some reality show, when she starts yapping about how it's disrespectful to her relationship. I was petty, let out a big laugh right in her ear, nearly spilling my drink on the cushions. I kept it to myself after, but the next morning I called his mom while stirring oatmeal in my tiny kitchen, sunlight slanting through the blinds onto my chip counter. I told her I'd step back if they needed peace, didn't want to stir the pot. She chuckled, said she's not ditching me over some girlfriend of 5 minutes. And his sister texted me later, same deal, they're not bending to her orders. I left it there, figuring she'd chill out eventually. No chance. She went full-on war mode instead, started plastering my past all over social media, digging up old dirt from our breakup, ugly stuff I'd done years ago that I'm not proud of. It's kicking up trouble, stressing out people who don't deserve it, shaking things I'd rather keep steady. I'd see her posts pop up while scrolling at work, sipping coffee at my desk, jaw tight, trying to focus on emails, and it'd hit me fresh every time. I was mad, but let it ride, until 3 weeks ago. I'm out with friends at this dive bar downtown, crammed around a sticky table, splitting nachos and cold beers, laughing about some dumb office drama from the week. I spot her across the room with my ex, her glaring at me from their booth over by the jukebox where some scratchy country tunes playing. She storms over, face beet red, yelling at me to leave like get out now. I laughed, rolled my eyes, and turned back to my pals, picking up mid-sentence about a coworker's latest flop. Next thing I know, she's right behind me, grabs my shoulder hard, slams my head into the bar top with a crack that echoes in my ears. I black out for a minute, maybe 2. Everything goes dark and fuzzy. When I blink awake, my forehead's screaming, nachos are scattered across the floor, my friends are shouting, and some big guy in a flannel's dragging her off me, her still kicking and yelling. My buddy's holding a wad of napkins to my head, blood's trickling down my cheek, and the bartender's on the phone already. Cops rolled up fast, blue lights flashing outside, and I'm sitting there dazed while they ask if I want charges. I mumbled no, brain still scrambled, just wanted to crawl home and crash on my couch. They said I could change my mind later, handed me a card with a number scrawled on it, and took off. Now she's cranking the pettiness higher. More posts, deeper cuts, and I'm leaning hard toward filing. My ex called yesterday. I'm at my kitchen counter, stirring a pot of canned soup, the steam fogging my glasses, when his name lights up my phone. His voice is all soft, pleading through the line, saying don't do it. He'll get her to quit, rein her in. But I'm pacing my living room now, ice pack pressed to my bruise, replaying that bar slam. My skull still throbs when I move too fast. I want to hit back. I'm no angel, screwed up my marriage royally. But am I the jerk if I press charges after she started this? Update. It's the next day, February 19th. And things have rolled quick since I posted. I read a pile of comments last night, sprawled on my couch with a cup of tea, feet propped on a pillow, blinds drawn against the streetlights, letting every word settle in my head. It got me fired up to act. Today, I found out my ex dumped her over the weekend. I called his mom this morning, sipping coffee at my cluttered table, blinds half open, toast crumbs scattered from a rushed breakfast, and told her I'm pressing charges, just so she could tip him off before it lands. She dropped the breakup news, so he told her he understands why I'd file, that he never should have begged me not to that night at the bar when I was still woozy, blood crusted on my shirt. He's not mad, just worn out. She didn't spill much beyond that, and I didn't dig, just nodded along through the phone while my mug cooled. I called the cop this afternoon for my porch swing, bundled in a hoodie against the chill, and filed the report. Doubt it'll hit her hard, maybe a fine or a stern word, but it's on paper now. I feel lighter, like I finally swung back after taking her punches. Folks online kept asking why we split. DMs too, some nosy, some kind. So here's the rundown. I've never bought into monogamy. Didn't think I could pull it off, even as a kid dreaming about love. My ex knew that from the jump. We were tight friends forever before dating. Shared lockers in high school, late night drives with the radio blasting, the works. For years, we ran our marriage our own way. Open rules he signed off on, sipping beers on our back deck while we hashed out what worked. But I catch him staring off sometimes, those quiet nights, him swirling his drink, shoulders slumped, and I knew it was getting to him, piling up over time. I tried shifting, locking it down, believing in what he wanted, curled up beside him pretending I was all in, but it didn't fit me. I'd lie awake, restless, knowing I was faking it, my chest tight with guilt. I ended it because he deserved more, wanted more kids I couldn't give, a life I couldn't fake, and I wasn't being fair. It got ugly at the finish. Yelling matches, tears streaking my face, me packing boxes in a huff while he stood in the doorway. But we patched it up later, found a calm place to land. He's got a daughter with his first wife. She's my buddy now, wild as that sounds, but none with me. This mess with his ex-girlfriend? Charges are in, and I'm good with it. My head's still sore, bruise fading slow, a dull ache when I touch it, mirrors showing a yellowing mark. But I'm cracking up at some of the nasty messages you all sent. Those hit my funny bone harder than they should have. Kept me grinning through the day, even with my soup burning on the stove. Thanks for the nudge. I was waffling, stuck staring at that cop card, but you got me moving.